Hello everyone, my name is Yatharth Dhawan and I am a member of Team Invictus. Our group chose Nelson Mandela's leadership style as the topic because his inspirational journey and transformative leadership style offers a valuable lesson for personal growth and insights into the power of forgiveness and unity, which eventually drives towards a positive change.
Now, moving ahead with the overview of the topic. Now let's start with the introduction. Nelson Mandela, a visionary leader and a symbol of courage and perseverance. Mandela's journey from a young activist to the revered president of South Africa is nothing short of inspiring. Throughout his life, Mandela dedicated himself to pursuit of justice, equality and freedom, becoming a prominent figure in the anti-apartheid movement. It is essential to understand the context in which he operated. A time of apartheid, a system of institutionalized racial segregation that defined South Africa during his early years. Today, we will delve into the core of Nelson Mandela's leadership style, exploring the principal traits and strategies that united a divided nation and drove transformative change on a global scale. Our aim is to gain valuable insights into the effective leadership and understand its profound impact on society. So let's embark on this enlightened journey together as we will uncover the exceptional leadership style of Nelson Mandela and draw lessons that can be applied to our own lives and leadership roles. Thank you for joining me, and let's begin. Born on July 18, 1980, in Maviso, Eastern Cape, South Africa, Mandela's journey is a testament to the power of resilience and determination. During his early years, Mandela pursued higher education at University of Ford and at University of Witwatersrand, where he studied law. Despite facing challenges and being expelled from Ford here, he continued to work as a watchman while completing his bachelor's degree, becoming the first black lawyer to practice in South Africa. Mandela's journey into activism began when he was first involved with the African National Congress in 1943. Now we will look at the legacy of Nelson Mandela. Fast forwarding to February 11, 1990, when after 27 years of imprisonment, Nelson Mandela was released and the world watched in awe of his journey from prisoner to president began. On May 10th, 1994, he made history as the first black president of South Africa, remarking uh, embarking a mission of reconciliation and nation building. Mandela's remarkable achievements were recognized when he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993, solidifying his place as global leader and inspiration to generations. Even today, his legacy continues to inspire leaders worldwide. Now, moving further, we will have a look at the history of events just a year later when he founded the ANC Youth League, igniting a spark of hope in the hearts of countless young activists. Mandela's path to freedom was laden with immense challenges. In 1962, he was arrested and charged with sabotage and conspiracy, leading to infamous Rivonia trial. Yet it was during this trial that Mandela delivered an awe-inspiring speech declaring the undying dedication to a democratic and free South Africa. Despite the harsh sentence of life imprisonment on Robben Island, his spirit remained unbroken. Even now, also, Mandela emerged as a unwavering resistance, inspiring solidarity and support from every corner of the world. Finally, in 1990, the world witnessed a unbanning of ANC and the journey towards democracy began on February 11, 1990, after 27 long years.
Hi, this is Abdul and I'll be presenting on the discussion and analysis part of our presentation. So Mandela had an unwavering commitment to service, humility and his vision. And our analysis will dive into the leadership styles and approaches that were practiced by Nelson Mandela that carved his name as a revolutionary leader in the history books, starting with his quintessential approach of servant leadership. Nelson Mandela is and was widely recognized as a symbol of resistance and reconciliation. His life and leadership style embodies the principles of servant leadership that were first coined by Robert K. Greenleaf in the 1970s. Mandela's leadership was characterized by his commitment to serving others, which is a key tenet of servant leadership. Moreover, through his people-oriented approach, South Africa, his country, managed to become on par with the Western countries, even though it is located on a continent that is still growing to this date. This was a success story that not only benefited his nation, his people, but also set a global footprint for South Africa. So, another crucial trait of servant leadership that Mandela practiced was humility. This trait was evident throughout his life. Despite his status, despite his popularity, he never saw himself superior to others. This trait is shared by many other great servant leaders, such as Mahatma Gandhi, who played an important role in freeing India from the colonial powers, Mother Teresa, who dedicated her life to serving other people without seeking any sort of personal glory. Mandela once said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived, it is what difference we have made to the life of others that will determine the significance of the life we led." This statement encapsulated his dedication to service and betterment of others, a defining characteristic of a great servant leader. Apart from being a great servant leader, Mandela is often hailed as a hero who inspired his followers towards a shared vision, a vision of free and equal South Africa. His leadership style was characterized by his commitment to human rights, even in the face of threats and immense adversities. Mandela is marked and was marked by his capacity for reconciliate and forgive, the qualities that set him apart from many other leaders. When he became the president, Mandela made strides and leaps in creating a sense of unity within his country. His reconciliatory politics aimed to create an inclusive society that transcended any sort of racial boundaries. This approach of leadership, which prioritized unity and harmony among people, was key aspect of Nelson Mandela's heroic legacy. Another important testament to Mandela's heroic leadership was his ability to rise above personal suffering, where he maintained his focus on the collective good, and his commitment to growth and well-being of others was evident in his fight against apartheid. Mandela was willing to sacrifice his freedom, his personal well-being for the greater good of his people. This reminds us of Martin Luther King Jr., a great hero and a great servant leader who fought for civil rights and equality even at the cost of his own life. Mandela's heroic leadership was not just about charisma, it was not about undirected heroism, it was about action. His long walk to freedom is a testament to his strategic acumen and ability to navigate through complex and difficult political landscape. His leadership style therefore offers valuable lessons to leaders across the context, reinforcing his status as a great hero, as a great servant leader, but more importantly, as a leader who changed the world for the good.
Hello all, this is Tamim Hassan and I will be continuing the analysis and comparison of Nelson Mandela's leadership styles. So, to talk about the transformational leadership style possessed by Mandela, it was a leadership style which was characterized by the ability to inspire and motivate others to work towards achieving a common goal. Furthermore, as per Garba and Akuva, he was deeply committed to promoting social justice and equality, which were fundamental values that he held dear. It was Mandela's leadership style, or to say transformational leadership style, that played a pivotal role in leading South Africa's transition from a period of apartheid to a fully fledged democracy. Instead of seeking revenge against the oppressors, he advocated for forgiveness and understanding. This approach is reminiscent of Mahatma Gandhi's leadership style, which involved using the philosophy of non-violent resistance, also known as Satyagraha, in his battle against the British rule. Similar to Mandela, Gandhi's visionary leadership style involved empowering ordinary people and mobilizing them at the grassroots level to actively participate in the freedom struggle. Mandela possessed some of the characteristics of a transformational leader. So, just to analyze a few, he was a visionary leader. He skillfully conveyed his aspirations for a unified and just South Africa to his peers and followers. He was inspirational. His words and actions served as inspiration to others, encouraging them to come together and work towards a shared objective. Mandela was able to empower others by delegating responsibilities and encouraging them to take ownership of their work, so which was also a characteristic of transformational leader. And finally, he was collaborative, which means he had a strong belief in the potential of collaboration and made a point to work closely with others in order to accomplish this objective. Now let's discuss about the charismatic leadership style of Nelson Mandela. According to Professor Tom Bloch from the Department of Political Studies at the University of Witwatersrand, Mandela can be considered a genuinely charismatic leader. He possessed the ability to connect with individuals on a deep level, garnering a level of respect and admiration that goes beyond what is typically afforded to politicians through logical reasoning alone. Mandela led the nations through a period of significant societal upheaval where cultural meanings were dying and transforming into new social forms. This is similar to leaders like John F. Kennedy, who also faced uncertainty and potentially chaotic situations. Mandela possessed few of the characteristics of a charismatic leader. He had a vision for a united and democratic South Africa, which served as an inspiration to millions of people who joined the fight against apartheid. Mandela possessed an empathetic and compassionate personality, allowing him to connect with people from various backgrounds on an emotional level. He had a deep understanding of others' emotions, which he utilized to establish trust and build rapport. Mandela, a global icon, remained humble and approachable, connecting with people of all levels to make them feel valued and understood. These all basically contributed to being a charismatic leader, and Mandela actually had all of these in him, which he basically used to move the country towards a better future.
Now let's look at the analysis of Nelson Mandela's democratic leadership style. Mandela's leadership style exemplified the principles of democratic leadership, where the people govern themselves for the collective good. In this approach, the leader involves their followers in decision making, ensuring that everyone's input is valued and considered. Mandela demonstrated this by seeking out the opinions of others, especially in critical matters like apartheid, even traveling worldwide to gain support for the cause. Three key characteristics that define Mandela's democratic leadership are inclusivity. Mandela believed in building diverse and inclusive teams that represented the values and perspective of the community he served. The second one being collaboration. He encouraged his team to freely exchange ideas and work together, fostering a sense of shared ownership and accountability. The third one being empathy. Mandela profound empathy allowed him to connect with individuals from diverse backgrounds, understanding their experience and needs. Coming to the team leadership dynamics, in our project, our team is composed of members with diverse cultural backgrounds with expertise in different fields, which brings unique perspectives, allowing us to approach challenges in innovative ways. Our team values adaptability, open communication, and mutual respect, which creates an environment where we can freely share ideas and work together effectively. As for our leadership approach, we decided on a democratic style. This means everyone's opinion matters and decisions are made collaboratively. It fosters teamwork, shared responsibility, and motivation, making our team stronger and more cohesive. For our project focus, we have chosen Nelson Mandela, a legendary leader known for his fight against apartheid and dedication to justice and equality. We see him as an exceptional example of non Western leadership, exploring his lives and belief will provide valuable insights into leadership beyond Western contexts, guiding us in becoming better leaders ourselves. So, our team has come up with the vision statement as driving diversity, delivering unity, empowering excellence together. Coming to the team charter and outcomes, now let's look into the formation process, frequency of reference, and impact on conflict management. The team collaboratively created the team charter after understanding its format and purpose. Goals, roles, and deadlines were discussed with active contributions from all team members shaping the charter. Throughout the project, the team consistently referred to the charter as a guiding compass. Regular consultations during meetings helped evaluate workloads, responsibilities, and maintain role definitions. The team charter promoted respect and understanding through explicit rules and defined responsibilities. The communication approach facilitated open discussion, minimizing misunderstandings and conflict. So now let's come to the challenges faced in accomplishing the project. The first one being communication challenge. We faced communication barriers due to diverse cultural and linguistic backgrounds. We overcame this by encouraging Zoom discussions and sharing minutes of meeting in our WhatsApp group for effective communication. Continuing the challenges from the previous slide, we haven't faced any freerider behavior as all our team members were quite responsible and committed. The only external contingency we had was concern over the initial deadline. We were worried about the limited time for in-depth research due to multiple concurrent deadlines, but with reduced workload pressure, the team focused on thorough research. The internal contingency that we faced were handling various working methods and communication preferences due to the team diversity, balancing Zoom and WhatsApp to accommodate everyone's preferences and needs, and then continual efforts to foster cooperation and open communication for active engagement from all the team members. The followership challenges that we faced are relying on proactive individuals, leading to a need for collective encouragement for active participation, and empowering every team member to share their perspectives and fostering a culture of inclusion.
This kind of successful projects depends on the leadership, great leadership. However, leadership has too much challenge in our groups. Democratic leadership is our primary objective. However, it occasionally causes delay, especially when trying to agree on important issues. Required to consider many viewpoints cause the decision-making process lag, which can quickly result in missing deadlines. Using authority action is required to judge the proof to be difficult and the need to be ensured to open a collaborative culture produced by democratic leadership was not jeopardized by real dictatorial decisions. Leadership need to put in efforts and a sense of belonging promote active participation for team members over disengagement. Different types of leadership is our another challenges. Originally, we used democratic leadership. However, autocratic leadership will be forced to use it because of delegation of tasks and must do it before the deadline cast. To balance both leadership, we used transformer leadership, provide necessary support with our but team members feel off track and face difficulty by remaining them or project goals. So the brainstorm exercise will encourage problem solving and inspire others to overcome challenges. That's why transformer leadership strategy is not perfect but can balance both of each other. Outcomes of leadership learning has the following lessons. The essence of having clear vision by unit other, resilience need to tackle challenge and emerge stronger, ability, empathy, and cooperation promote positive team dynamics, and achieving appropriate balance between ideal and reality when the creating of the decision. So you understood the crucial role of moral leadership plays a bring about the real forms and language from the Mandela's transform leadership. We achieved the challenge we uncovered the award limits. But the stop us for the success is because we use the less resources or incorporating or deeply resources into reaching the Nelson Mandela group. That's why we choose our resources carefully because the other academic obligation is the next step because important information from other scholarly books and articles. Again, the rules of leadership is we use the democratic leadership, but we use we use to automatic decisions by using the projects. That's why we use the transform leadership to balance between each other. We have too much learning from the leadership. The vision must grow, meaning the compelling vision can really people around goal motivate them towards towards realization. Reliance on the perseverance leads the Mandela's ability to become a leader to understand facing challenges setbacks with the desperation crucial of achieving the long-term growth. Servant leadership by adopting the servant with each other to leading people into the final goals. Imagine understanding to be concerned of others be the power tools building a strong relationship of promoting inclusive with my teams. Collaboration inclusively understand the encouraging collaborations. We can utilize the collaborative scale of teams achieve more significance and transform leaderships for empowering every team members take ownership of their works can be driving positive changes and achieve our outcome goals for humanity and gives a legislative impacts that Magdalena continue legacy as a global icon, a symbol of justice highlights the importance of having a positive influences as a leader. The real challenge facing leadership is balance the idealism of realism. About the Magdalena has the South African, he should understand the balance of idealism and realism. He has great about managing conflict interest, which means comprehend or forgiveness to each other and get the same with big area and exist as different for small areas. He's great about navigating public expectation because a lot of project expectation in as leader, but we can learn that the leader must have demands of many scholars will remain committed in the vision and goals. We also have a visual team's challenges. WhatsApp on Zoom is our tools, but sometimes some current participants cannot be joined because different individual events and also they cannot give the feedback immediately. To achieve it, we will be obstacles that prevent us from communicating ourselves successfully. We are able to skillfully communicate, holding teams and exchange ideas through the real-time conference Zoom by the individual talking. WhatsApp acts as a platform for instant messaging throughout the project, allow us to communicate and collaborate well on the go.
Hello, this is Yatharth again. Let's look at the conclusion together. Reflecting on the remarkable life and leadership of Nelson Mandela, we find ourselves inspired by the legacy he left behind. A legacy of courage, perseverance, and unwavering dedication to justice. Throughout this presentation, we explored the different facets of Mandela's leadership style, recognizing him as a true servant leader who prioritized the needs of others, embodied humility, and committed himself to continual growth. His transformation leadership played a pivotal role in South Africa's journey from the darkness of apartheid to the dawn of democracy. Mandela's inclusive, collaborative, and empathetic approach to leadership set the stage for a united nation, embracing diversity and fostering a sense of belonging. Mandela's charisma and ability to connect with people on a deep level were instrumental in motivating and inspiring others to stand together for a common cause. He showed us that authentic and empathetic leadership can ignite the flame of change and unify diverse communities towards a shared vision. Above all, Nelson Mandela's legacy lies in his relentless pursuit of human rights, reconciliation, and forgiveness. He demonstrated that leadership has the power to shape history throughout their actions and choices. As we conclude, let us draw upon the invaluable insights gained from Nelson Mandela's leadership journey. Let us embrace his principles of justice, compassion, and unity and apply them to our own lives and leadership roles. May the spirit of Nelson Mandela's leadership continue to serve as a guiding light for us all, reminding us of the profound impact we can make when we lead with courage, integrity, and a deep commitment to serve others. Thank you for accompanying me on this enlightening journey throughout the life and leadership of Nelson Mandela. Thank you. Moving further, these are the references which we use to make our presentation. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience.